Hi everyone, I'm Shazadiana and I'm bringing you another installment of our Leading Women series in which we cover the stories of women from all walks of life as they lead on the forefront of renowned organization while overcoming challenges and achieving great successes. With me today, I have Carol Lee, QSR Brand's Chief Supply Chain Officer. Carol has made an impactful and progressive career for herself, being in the consumer industry for close to 20 years, formerly coming from top brands such as British American Tobacco, Coca-Cola Bottlers, and Sanofi. She has held multiple roles within supply chain in both local and regional portfolios. So I
Yeah.
understand you graduated with a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering. I'm curious, was supply chain an industry that always interested you? And how does that connect with your career aspirations?
I think from the beginning, being a fresh graduate in chemical engineering, I always thought that my career would be around the technical ladder with the engineer titles and all. But I think at the early stage of my career, I think the first 2 years, I was fortunate enough, to be going through a management training program where I have the opportunity to actually explore and do different roles within supply chain, within that management training program. And that actually helped me to set some direction and for me and open up for me to have more opportunities within supply chain, making me understand more about supply chain. And supply chain in any industry, it's like a backbone of the industry where we ensure delivery of the products to the consumer of the customers. Regardless of what industry it is, there is always at the backstage there is this supply chain friends who is ensuring that we deliver the product at the right timing with the right quality, at the right cost, to our customers. So that's how I started to begin to like supply chain and to explore more within supply chain.
Understand. And you moved up the ladder as well. I mean, in reaching the level of success you have, if anything, what kind of sacrifices have you made along the way?
I think many. So for women in supply chain, and first of all, depending on the industry, but those that I went that I've gone through, sometimes they don't have the chance to dress in nice office wear, or in your heels.
Yeah.
So for me, sometimes I have to join some friends dinner with friends in uniform or in my safety shoes. So, but just aside, I think the most the number one sacrifice is actually the time that you have to spend with your family and friends. Because many activities within supply chain, it's operating 24 hours often. And you tend to have to work longer hours. You tend to have to cancel some dinners if you have issues with the production where you have to attend to it to ensure productivity. So the sacrifices changes along the way. So at the early stage of your career, you tend to spend more time on the floor, hands-on, knowing the machine, knowing the people, knowing the processes, and it's often you have to spend easily more than 12, 14 hours on the floor. But along the way, you learn then to balance between the operational time you spend on operational versus management strategies, and you move along the way to then balance the time you spend at workplace versus network that you have out of workplace, which is also important as part of the career movement. So definitely there's sacrifices, but the one I think where you cannot catch back, it's actually the time spent. You may have to sacrifice some of the time at the early stage of the career.
I think in that way it rewarded you to be where you are currently, as a leader as well. Then how do you empower and engage with your team, since that you already have the operational experiences as well as the strategic elements with management?
I strongly believe in freedom through responsibility. I think it's important to set very clearly the objective, the direction, and the expected deliverables or the expectation of the project. And along the way, of course, there will be pulse check to ensure alignment and all, and there's two-way communication if there are any issues. But most importantly, in empowerment is to allow mistakes. Allow mistake as in, because when we empower someone to make the decision, we have to bear in mind that we're taking certain calculated risks. And making small mistakes is okay, because that's how we learn, that's how we grow talent, that's how we bring fear out of people in making decisions. Sometimes we often feel that when there's blame culture, the team members will tend to be fear of making decision, and that's where you feel in empowering your team. So very important, it's allow mistake and learn from the mistake and move on. And that's how we improve.
Understand. have you experienced, any barriers? Because I believe it's not easy, starting off as a people manager. Have you experienced any barriers in the journey of becoming a leader? And what were some of the lessons you yourself learned along the way?
Yeah. I think at the early stage of my career being in supply chain, when to run production. So you can imagine if you have to manage a male subordinate who has been in the industry 20, 30 years, being the veteran of the machine. So someone who is, and here comes this young lady trying to be my mentor, trying to be my superior. I think it is sometimes challenging to bring certain new ideas or to explore new opportunity or new ways of doing things within the area. So for me, I think it's important to have differentiated communication with different people. Yeah. So we've challenged like what I've mentioned. Sometimes I tend to use the seeking advice method or mode, where I tend to go in a way, as in seeking help or seeking advice. Can we do it in this way? Why are we? What will happen if we try this? So it's like asking help, and this will trigger then a realization method, where he will then trigger his thinking and say, okay, maybe this will work as well, and in a very respectful manner, they will ask, can we try it this way? Can we try? Or so in a way, you respect his seniority in the area, and at the same time, you seek for his advice or whether he can try out certain method. So that's how, because we need the team to deliver the results. There's this much we can do with our own hands, and often in supply chain you need the team to actually deliver the results. And you will be managing 200, 300 people at a time. So you need to differentiate your method of communication to send the message across with the different people, and always respect people from different, at all levels, that believe in their experience, their expertise that will help them.
I think it's about give and take as well. Like you mentioned, people, it's very unique, unique people come with different communication styles. So I know that you pointed out that male subordinates looking at you as a female, young lady coming in, what can you bring to the table? With that being said, what are some of the strategies that you think can help women achieve a more prominent role in supply chain, especially in an industry oftentimes seen as more male dominant?
I always believe in strength from diversity. Everyone has different strength, and it's when we bring the strength together, it's where we get synergy and we get the ultimate outcome of it. So it's important that for us to always work as a team, be a good team player. There's a saying that if you want to go fast, you can go alone, but if you want to go far, you have to go together. So in supply chain, there is always a series of activities that is interdependent and it is linking against each other, and that you need everyone to actually align and understand and deliver to drive the results. So you cannot work alone. So how I do it differently is I always create the environment where it's team effort. And when we deliver certain results, it's always a team results. We can give special recognition to certain people who's a team leader who has gone the extra mile. But when we celebrate, we always have to celebrate together, as in it's a team result. It's often a team result. That's very important, so that people are willing to contribute and to be part of it.
Understand. On a side note, right, I know, like you mentioned, time is something that you have to sacrifice initially. And I believe even now as a chief officer, what brings you joy and energizes you the most, after a hectic week or a day?
I enjoy networking. We learn from people within the organization. Often also we learn a lot from people outside the organization, from different industries, from different levels. There are things that we learn with the different engagement that we have. So I enjoy doing that over a nice cooking meals and all. Eating is something that brings us joy. But I also spend a lot of time over. The weekend, helping some stray animals, feeding the animals and all. I have a team of people on the street that's helping me with that. So it's where you feel happy when the money that you earn, it is spent wisely and spent in the right manner. So that's how I enjoy.
I want to understand also from your side, what was the best advice you've gotten that made you persevere through your career?
always think win-win in your solution. Yeah, as in it has to be a fair options for both parties. So be it between the employer and the employee, be it between the subordinate and the superior, yeah, be it among our peers, between the customer and supplier relationship, yeah, even between husband and wives. It is only a sustainable relationship if it's win-win, and it is a fair deal. Whatever decision that you make, always think win-win. Don't just think of our benefit. Always think of how we can win together. That's very important. And I believe in this. We don't have to be good in one thing, bad in one thing. You always have to be fair and always think win-win. One of my guiding principles. If you are not happy with something, always bring it up to me. Yeah, I like to give, and at the same time, I will then say, okay, if I give you this, what can I demand in return? Because it has to be a win-win situation. We can give resource, we can give opportunities, whatever support they need. Therefore, they will then drive the results and all. Yeah, so it has to be a win-win solution.
Understand. It's lovely, seeing someone as humble as you. Although you're a chief officer, you take life in a very humble approach, I would say. And I hope that with this session, it kind of encourages more women in supply chain to come up, because more often than not, being in the supply chain function as well, I meet and speak to many different women in supply chain. So what you've shared really speaks volumes. And we really do appreciate that you took the time as well to share your experiences. So thank you so much, Carol. Is there anything else you'd like to add on, to the women in supply chain out there?
Yeah, I think always respect people, think win-win, yeah, and that will really help us along the career way.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Carol.